Alright, this video for Ducor, it's for the replacement board with serial number 102967, and Tony has it ready, and we're gonna check and test it at 60 Hertz and then at 50 Hertz, and we're gonna show you how to correct a problem that may be related to what you guys call a current or a voltage jump. The board's being tested. It's configured for 60 Hertz, and we have the J3 header set at 60 Hertz, and we're going to be monitoring the phase reference at TP7 and the delay angle at TP8, and we're going to look at one of the outputs of a pulse module on J2 positions 1 and 2 as shown here. Notice we have 1 and 2. We have a resistor instead of a thyristor. We're powering our board, and we have 0 to 100 and 100 for the span and the bias. So right now we're just starting with those two potentiometers at a 100. So go ahead, Tony. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to come in until, with seek high, you're going to come in until you clear that red LED, correct? So there it is, right about there. Now there we notice that the delay angle, there is an output, and that will generate a jump. So Tony is going to adjust that to minimize. Go ahead, Tony, and let me know when you're there. See, he's minimizing so that we got just an impulse function there. Notice the duty cycle increased on TP8. This TP7 didn't change at all, and he did that by changing the bias. You notice the bias is no longer at 100%. Now he's gonna go to, let me actually show it, Tony. So Tony's gonna go now to the maximum output of 5 volts. Go ahead, Tony, and we'll see here. Tony's got the maximum out there, maximum output of 5 volts, and he's got a minimum duty cycle on test point 8. He's got the output, and he's gonna modify now the bias until he gets the maximum output. When it gets to a certain point, that maximum output will start decreasing, and that's when he's going to stop. In this particular case, he is at 100. You didn't have to change it, right, Tony?
Not much.
Can you show me what happens when you do the bias and you bring it, the span, when you bring it to, let's say, 50%? So we're reducing it. So we want to make sure that we set it to the maximum, and yet when you start, so that went back to 100, right, Tony?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're at 100, and go ahead and just reduce seek high, give 1 second, slightly from 5.2, just to see that. Go ahead. Yeah, there you go. So we actually adjusted the span so that when the 5 volts on seek high starts decreasing, the output or test point 8 decreases with it. This is the proper setup for the span and bias for this board, and for this particular 2100 board we have at approximately 70% on the bias and 100% on the span. This is at 60 Hertz.